Welcome to Almost Private. This is a place where we sit with the quiet, layered parts of life and the little truths we don't always say out loud. It is a space for reflection, curiosity, and the beauty we find along the way. I'm Mariah, and I'm so glad you're here. Lately, I've been thinking about the new year and the constant pressure to reinvent ourselves, especially around this time of year. I love new beginnings. I love the new year, but it can come with an undue stress of being a new person. I want to say you don't need to become a new person, but you can become a new person. The idea that you must become a new person, to me, always carries some sort of doubt that there's something inherently wrong with the person that you are today and where you are today. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I've noticed for me that I get this immense amount of pressure to become someone new, specifically when I'm on social media. Now, I'll be the first to say I love the women who shows that it is possible to glow up, to change their lives, and to show us all the steps and the routines and the before and after. They give me inspiration to let me know that it is possible and that I am capable. However, I do think that timing matters in that and just kind of understanding where you are currently and if a big glow up makes a lot of sense for you in the moment that you are in right now. When I step away from social media, specifically scrolling through any type of short form contact, that urgency for me suddenly softens. And then I definitely always remember that we're each in different stages of becoming. And all of that matters. All stages of becoming matters. And it is to be honored wherever you are currently in that stage of blooming and becoming, because it is also deeply personal to who we are as women. Now, I love Sabrina Claudio's music, and she has a part in her song about time, the intro, where she talks about blooming, and it has always resonated with me, and I currently it has always resonated with me, and I find myself going back to listening to that, and I feel like this episode is aligned with that because we all in different stages of what I would consider like our flower life. So some of us are in the stage of planting seeds, some of us are in that stage of blooming, some of us are in the stage of wilting, and some of us are in the stage of dying. And when I say dying, I don't mean a physical death. I mean the version of ourselves that doesn't necessarily align with the growth that we see for ourselves or where we see our life going. Sometimes there has to be a certain um, ego death, if you will, in order for us to continue to become. So all of it counts and all of it should be honored. None of it is wrong. When I go out into the world and when I am scrolling on any type of short form platform, what I notice a lot about change that is presented to us is external. A new look, a new routine, a new outfit. And listen, I'll be the first one to say I love a new look. I never a new routine. I love a new outfit. I love it all. However, that is not the only way that change is occurring within people. And so I had a conversation with a friend where she was saying she doesn't necessarily believe that people change. I definitely believe that people change. I think when you think about the external change that people present, I know that for some people that are receiving that change, they may feel it be a little bit performative. But what I would like to say is that sometimes that internal change happens before the external change happens. And then sometimes vice versa. Sometimes a new look, a new outfit changes your view of yourself, and then you start to change internally. I think both of those matter. And I think that the journey that we take along the way is so deeply personal for us, and that it just all depends on the person. So that's why I don't think that you need to become a new person, but I think that you can become a new person. And I think if that is a decision that you are making, don't allow anyone to deter you from your journey. So with all that being said, when I think about what change in my life I want to occur, at first I wanted it to be outwardly. And I still want it to be outwardly. I don't know if you remember in my last vlog, I mentioned needing a glow up, and I love the idea of a glow up. If I'm honest, I do. But for me right now, a lot of it is internal. I have goals that I want to accomplish, and I have desires for my life in the way that I want to curate them. And I have now come to the realization that a lot of that work comes from internal work. And I have to be able to do the work. And it has to be a quieter work for me. Now, if you know me in my personal life, you're like, girl, how much more quiet can you get? But it's one of the things of a true self-evaluation that's internal. That self-reflection that is internal, I am labeling as self-devotion of how can I be so devoted to myself and the life that I want to curate or the life that I am curating and the goals and desires that I have for my life that I am willing to let go of some of the fears that I have and some of the comforts that I have allowed it myself. Now, I'll be the first to say, I love the comfort. But what I've noticed is that the comfort that I am now holding in my life has been set because of fear. But I am realizing that I cannot take my fears where I'm going. I mean, Beyonce said it best. She said the fears can't go where she's going. And I definitely can relate to that because I know that while I love comfort, the comfort will keep me there, keep me where I'm at now, not where I want to go. I want to expand, but I don't want to expand at the cost of myself. And maybe as I expand, I will learn to understand that certain parts of my life will suffer, not suffer, but will have to be sacrificed in order for me to grow. But at this current moment where I sit now with the knowledge that I have, I want to expand, but I don't want that to be at the cost of myself. I still need time to reflect. I need time. Now I realize I need time in community and not necessarily so much solitude time in order to expand. Something I don't really say out loud is this level of change scares me. This becoming, the fact that I can become someone new, it scares me, but in an exciting kind of way. Not scared where I don't want to do it, scared where I'm excited, but I don't know what's on the other side. It's like an anxiousness for me. And I know that I'm currently in a stage of relearning. And so I just wonder I wonder what it looks like, you know? Sabrina Claudio in the intro that I mentioned earlier, she says, what I have accepted the things that I cannot change and change the things that I cannot accept. And I no longer can accept certain parts because like I said, I want to expand. And so they have to go. They just have to go. And I don't know if I'm speaking to anyone directly or if you can relate to where I am coming from or where I am at currently today. Let me know in the comments below, you know, are you in the stage of setting seeds? Are you in the stage of blooming? Are you in the stage of wilting? Or are you in the stage of like an ego death? I would definitely love to hear from you all. And I I want to know, what does becoming someone new mean for you? Or are you in the stage of I'm not trying to become no one new. I'm cozy. I'm comfortable with where I am in my life because I think that that's also a part of becoming and being settled. So let me know. As always, take what you need from this episode and leave the rest. I am so glad that you're here and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye.